We use water every day, but have you ever wondered where the used water go? Wastewater from our toilets, sinks, washing machines, showers, and dishwashers. Every day, an average of 150 to 200 liters of wastewater is produced by an individual. In the sewage, 99% of it consists of water, and the remaining 1% includes substances like solids, chemicals, oils, organic material, and everything that accidentally or intentionally falls into the drain, which ranges from car keys, cell phones, or even guns. So, where does it all go? What happened to it? Let's find out. And all the waste from households and industrial waste take path towards sewage treatment plant. Where we thought it all ended begins again.
In sewage treatment plant, wastewater are treated to a level where they can be released into streams, ponds or rivers, or even treated further and used as drinking water.
Wastewater has to go through various processes before it can be reused. Those include Step 1. Screening and pumping. The incoming wastewater passes through screening equipment where objects such as rags, wood fragments, plastics and grease are removed. The material removed is washed, pressed and disposed of in a landfill. The screened wastewater is then pumped to the next step, grit removal. Step 2. Grit removal. In this step, heavy but fine material such as sand and gravel is removed from the wastewater. This material is also disposed of in a landfill. Step 3. Primary settling. The material which will settle but at a slower rate than step 2 is taken out using large circular tanks called clarifiers. The settled material, called primary sludge, is pumped off the bottom and the wastewater exits the tank from the top. Floating debris such as grease is skimmed off the top and sent with the settled material to digesters. In this step, chemicals are also added to remove phosphorus.
Step 4. Aeration or activated sludge. In this step, the wastewater receives most of its treatment. Through biological degradation, the pollutants are consumed by microorganisms and transformed into cell tissue, water and nitrogen. The biological activity occurring in this step is very similar to what occurs at the bottom of lakes and rivers. But in these areas, the degradation takes years to accomplish. Step 5. Secondary settling. Large circular tanks called secondary clarifiers allow the treated wastewater to separate from the activated sludge from the aeration tanks at this step, yielding an effluent which is now over 90% treated. The activated sludge is continuously pumped from the bottom of the clarifiers and returned to the aeration tanks in step 4.
Step 6. Filtration. The clarified effluent is polished in this step by filtering through 10 micron polyester media. The material captured on the surface of disc filter is periodically backwashed and returned to the head of the plant for treatment. Step 7. Disinfectant. To assure that treated wastewater is virtually free of bacteria, ultraviolet disinfection is used after the filtration step. The ultraviolet treatment process kills remaining bacteria to levels within our discharge permit. Step 8. Oxygen take-up. The treated water, now in a very stabilized high quality state, is aerated, if necessary, to bring the dissolved oxygen to permit level. After this step, the treated water passes through the effluent outfall where it joins the Oconomowoc River. The water discharged to the river must meet stringent requirements set by DNR. Pollutant removal is maintained at 98 or greater. Depending on location and utilization of treated water, disinfection process may change from chlorine, UV radiation and ozone.
Sri City has a total of 3 sewage treatment plants and 1 water treatment plant. Sri City is the only industrial zone that provides treated wastewater. Here 100% recycling of water is done. Let us now look at the uses of STP and WTP in Sri City. Sri City distributes potable water to all the units through its internal water treatment plant on a 24/7 basis. With an allocation of 1000 million cubic feet of water from the government of Andhra Pradesh and armed with efficient rainwater harvesting system, Sri City has copious water resources for its current and future needs. Through the underground sewage network, all the waste collected from industrial, commercial and residential units are transported to the sewage treatment plant of 47 million liters per day capacity, where it is recycled and used for horticulture, landscaping and toilet flushing. The sewer line network is designed as per the IS and EU standards. With the help of parallel recycled water distribution networks, the treated water is supplied back to customers for designated usages. The next thing is energy production. The sludge collected during the treatment process is itself treated because it contains a large amount of biodegradable material. It is treated with anaerobic bacteria in specially fully enclosed digesters heated to 35 degrees Celsius, an area where these anaerobic microorganisms thrive without any oxygen. The gas produced during this anaerobic process contains a large amount of methane, which is harvested and then burned to generate electricity. This energy can be used to power the wastewater treatment plants, making them self-sustainable, and if there happens to be an excess of energy produced, it could be transported into a country's national grid. This helps lower the reliance on non-renewable energy source such as fossil fuels, reducing a country's carbon footprint and a country's expenditure on energy production. Sewage sludge collected from the sewage treatment plant is a huge source of green energy. Another important use is fertilizer production. Any biodegradable material remaining is dried in drying lagoons and is then turned into natural fertilizer. The resulting natural fertilizer is then used in the agricultural sector, increasing crop yields. This increases the use of chemical fertilizers that pollute the surrounding marine and surface ecosystem.
From the above discussion, we can say that water treatment plants not only treat wastewater but also intermediate byproducts obtained from them have various uses. Major benefits of sewage treatment plant are as follows. STP is proven technology which offers reliable performance at all times. Sewage treatment plant preserve natural environment against pollution. STP meet the standards for emission of pollutants set by the government and avoid heavy penalty. It follows a simple and easy installation, low operation and maintenance of plant. The installation of sewage treatment plant reduces risk to public health and environment. It is used for dilution of microbial load, harnesses the potential nutrients from sewage. It saves money by recycling of wastewater for use around the garden. It helps in protecting precious storage of groundwater and stored rainfall in dams by recycling.
Benefits of water treatment plant are as follows. 1. The funding, planning and time spent on the details of the machinery is so much shorter. 2. No odor emissions. A wastewater treatment plant completely eliminates any type of smell or odor from site. 3. Lifespan of water treatment plant is more like 30 to 50 years. 4. It has high cleaning efficiency. 5. High stability cleaning.
PAX Environmental Technology is an industrial water waste management company. It has set up a manufacturing base in Sri City, where it manufactures reactors which are used in the process of water waste treatment.
Integration of water purification, sustainable energy generation, and reuse of resources are becoming more and more essential. And PAX, as a market leader in the field of green energy, has been developing cost-effective purification system that reduces water and carbon footprints and reclaim valuable resources. It is one of the few major firms in the world which uses anaerobic technology for wastewater treatment, in which the bacteria would convert organic compound to biogas in an environment without oxygen, which is green energy technology. This manufacturing plant contributes a lot to the evaluation of water treatment plants. Our earth is surrounded by 70% of water, out of which only 2.5% is fresh water. 70% of this fresh water is in the form of ice, and only 1% of water is available for our usage. We use water in our daily life for almost everything, such as cooking, washing, bathing, etc. If we recycle water for these purposes, demand for fresh water can be reduced. Therefore, it is important to treat sewage and reuse this treated effluent for washing, cleaning floors, etc.
Wastewater treatment have been part of our culture since the first civilization. In the absence of such plants, it would be very difficult to keep the waste materials under control and to handle the diseases that arise. Eventually, we would have no water body that would be fit for human consumption.
Its own water cycle, where it recycles water over and over again. And so recycling water is our way of doing the same thing. By recycling, we can keep using water outside even when we don't get much rain and leave our precious clean water for drinking. Please remember, every drop of water is important.